Hey, 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 Facebook fam, what's going on? It's your girl, Neo Soul recording artist Lahla-Hadiya, and I am back again with another segment of Morning Tea with Mommy. For all those who are newcomers, this is where I get to talk candidly with my 70-year-old mom about all kinds of topics ranging from religion, relationships, parenting, and politics. And so today's topic is dealing with relationships. We thought we'd bring a little fun in the game. We've been talking about a lot of serious issues, which were necessary, but just trying to also make some fun in the side of couples and relationships. So the question is, um, what are some unspoken house rules when it comes to couples? And if you are dating, what are some deal breakers? That's the question. So I need you guys to go ahead and let me know. First, how y'all doing? Put some happy faces, thumbs up if you're doing all right and you're ready for this Wednesday. We are in the middle of the week already. Like it just seemed like it was Monday, like 2 days ago. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and bring my mama on so we can get started. There it is. What's going on, mom?
Good morning, good morning. You caught me. You caught me. How is everybody? Sun is shining. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. I wish you could see the bright sunshine from my view
Oh yeah,
here,
it is
but
nice. It is nice.
I'm sure it's shining over where you are as well.
It is.
Always.
It is nice over here. I think they said it was gonna be nice today and then Saturday. So
Yeah,
recess
it's
for the
beautiful.
children should be awesome. Walking the
Yes,
neighborhood. Yesterday they walked the neighborhood in the rain, so
yes.
they got to get them steps in. So I was telling our Facebookers about today's topic. Today's topic is a little fun, or could be, can be, should be, or interesting rather. Um,
Yeah.
and so the question was, or is, what are some unspoken house rules when it comes to couples? And if you're dating, single dating, what are some deal breakers? So some things are
Oh,
just universal. I think maybe. Hey, Vanita, what's going on? Good morning, Queen. I gotta ask you, like, let me know. What are some deal breakers and what are some unspoken house rules when it comes to couples? I'm going to throw out there leaving the toilet seat up. Do not do that. Like, fellas, where my fellas, that is so uncouth. I hate that. I really hate it. I hate it. And I think like my husband does it every once in a while, but normally he's conscientious about putting the seat back down. And for me, it's um it's even deeper than just leaving that second part up. I need you to close the toilet, like close the whole thing. One, it's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't even know why, but then also just being a mommy, like I have like little when at the time when I had little babies, toddlers walking around, and then even now like my female toddler, like I don't want her playing in the toilet, and like babies always want to like go throwing stuff in the toilet. So like that's a real big no no for me. Like
it's
that's a real
fun
big
time.
no no. That's a no no. Like they make commercials out of that. Like
Fun
I don't
time.
need my babies playing in the toilet. So um, what about for you, Ma?
Oh gosh, it's been so long. Let me see. I have to go back in the archives for that one. But one of my favorites was, you know, the toilet paper roll.
Oh
Whether
my
you
gosh.
roll it, whether you put it on
The
coming towards
underside.
you or going backwards. I am a stickler for it going backwards,
Okay,
so that it's
so what's
coming
that on the underside?
over and under. Oh, so that the
What
paper.
toilet paper you got? What's going on, Mary?
I told you it's been a long time. But that's one of my pet peeves is putting the toilet paper roll on. I like it coming towards me, and hubby
Wait a
used to
minute. Doesn't the toilet paper always come towards you, whether it's on the underside? I'm confused. What kind of
over
toilet paper
over
roll you
and
got?
over over the bridge and through the woods.
So is it so when you put it on, you gotta dig under the roll to get the paper, or when you put it on, it's hanging over the top,
When you put it on, instead of the paper coming towards you, it's going, it's over and coming under, over and then under.
going okay. Lord, you just saying it a different way. Like we saying the same
I'm
thing.
saying
Okay, so for me, yeah, it has to go over. And look, we on the same page
we're
because
talking
Debbie
the same
said,
thing.
Mary said, leaving the empty toilet paper roll on the whole. Oh my gosh, let
Oh
me tell you,
gosh. Yes, yes,
it
yes,
and
yes.
it's not
Definitely.
often that I use the children's bathroom, right? But every once in a while, I go in there and I hate, like with a passion,
Empty
I
toilet paper.
hate, and I'm like, and so I'm like sitting there like, well, who was the last person to use the toilet paper, and was it the last person
And
that left the bathroom? Because we all about to get in the shower, like, who? How did you? And you went all the way down to the cardboard. Like, you didn't realize that y'all needed more toilet paper. And the
everybody
thing
pointing the
about it,
finger.
yo, and it's crazy because they like usually I'll put like when I stock the bathrooms and everything, I'll put like two or three rows underneath their sink so that they can grab and go. And I'm opening the sink like, well, so y'all went through all the toilet paper and nobody was like, let me restock the under the sink. Like it's oh my gosh, it's annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. So annoying. And then when they were younger and they were toddlers, which I guess I shouldn't get mad at a toddler because they learning. But I hated to like go past their bathroom and they flush the toilet. And toddlers they not doing much. They faking like they go to the bathroom that they throw tissue in there. So it's just tissue. But I'm just like, ew, like mommy taught you how to flush.
But you don't want to see anything floating either.
Like mommy taught you how to
You don't want
flush.
to
Like
see anything.
flush every time.
No.
I think I speak for um my husband. I say this and I'm exposing myself. But like when what's going on, my favorite ushers in the building. Good morning, Queen. And
Hi.
see, she said, what a good day in the neighborhood to open my eyes with my mind stayed on the Lord. I know that's right, girl. Get
That's
that
right.
fitted.
That's right. Huh.
Benita said, I thought I was gonna lay back this morning since I'm single and not dating, but I can remember.
No, 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 no.
Nah, 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 nah.
No, no. In
Even if
fact,
you
you were the
okay,
first person I
so
was looking for.
so even if you're not dating, right? Like if you have company, like say
Go
you
back in the
have you
archives
have
like I
people
did.
over, you have family over, and then you're leaving once they gone, and you kind of just walk through your house and everything. Like what are things? So nah, this segment is for you too. She says, I can remember a few things from back in the day. One of my pet
Stop.
peeves was don't don't ask me what's for dinner as soon as I would come in from work. Another one is putting empty or almost empty packages of food or cartons of milk in the cabinet or the fridge. You're not let me tell you, my husband's on this whole drinking orange juice. I hope you on here. He was drinking orange juice, right? And it's between him and my sons. Like it be this much. Like you might as well go ahead and guzzle that. Like you gonna need this much juice left in there. Like I can't stand it. I can't stand it because I go in there and like I want a glass. First of all, I'm not even supposed to be drinking orange juice. I'm allergic, but it's so good. So sometimes I be wanting to go in there and sneak a glass, and I think they do that to me on purpose so I can't get like a full glass of orange juice. But like I hate it with a passion. It's oh my gosh. So this this has just become an issue with me. It's not an issue, but it was just something funny. So I usually I'll buy like the dozen and a half cartons of eggs, right? And so sometimes I'll boil like maybe 6 or 7 eggs, just so because my daughter, my oldest daughter, likes boiled eggs. Sometimes I eat boiled eggs in the mornings. So well, a lot of times I eat it. I'll cook breakfast for them, and then I'm not hungry by the time I'm done, and so I'll like eat boiled eggs. So I boil them, and then I put them like either in a little bowl, put it back in the fridge, or like a little if they've cooled already, put them in a Ziploc bag. So one morning I'm going to fix breakfast. So mind you, I had boiled like about 7 eggs. I ate one, and so I'm going in the carton getting the egg, and I'm about to crack it, and I was like, oh shoot. And I was like, oh, like this egg bad. So I was like, I don't want to crack it all the way open if it ain't cracking. So I threw the egg in the trash. Went to grab another egg, went to crack it, boom, nothing happened. And I said, no, let me look at the package. I know I did not buy a dozen and a half worth of boiled eggs. Like they sell that. I'm looking, I was like, yo, what is going on? So then my daughter happens to walk in the kitchen, and she's like, oh, mom, I put the boiled eggs back in with the eggs just because you had finished boiling. So I was like, so how was I supposed to know which ones were boiled and which ones were not boiled? I was I was just standing there like I was like she just had a blind moment.
But since you're in the kitchen or talking food, what about, are you a stickler for putting things in a certain place? And when you go to look for them, whether it's the condiments or bag of sugars, whatever, are you accustomed to putting them in a certain place? And when you go to look for them, they're not there. You think you're out of them, but they've been reassigned to a different location.
Look, I have a 19-month-old in the house. Of course, even when I am not accustomed to putting things in a certain place, I just know that they're there, and then I go to get them, and they gone because she wants to be a chef too, and so I have like seasonings and little weird parts of the kitchen because Laura Llewell Lavinia decided to go in the kitchen and go in my spice drawer and get all the spices and cook her up some imaginary food and then put my spices other places like
That's
in the fridge, like in the
wonderful.
dining room, in
That
my
is
bedroom on my
absolutely
dresser.
wonderful. See, you have to capture a picture for Grammy next time.
I will.
She's
Her mugshot
organized.
for taking my spices.
She's practicing her organization skills.
Yeah, right. Like don't touch the spices. Like that's
Wow.
necessary. That is
What about you
look.
guys? You guys have any other pet peeves or anything
I'm
that
about to
kind of
see. I'm about to
gets under your skin? You know, whether you have a roommate or anyone who, we're creatures of habit. Let's face it. I know I am. Putting things.
Mardisha said, it does not matter, break any rules as long as we can make it up. That is the best part of the body and soul. Do not do not let me pull out Anita Baker, Sweet Love. I have so many rules about a million times. Just make it last forever. Break it when you come up in
Just make
ages.
it back. Is that
Boo, we
sounds
will
like a
fix it
song?
later. So
Wow.
I feel you. I'm sorry, there's just some things it just like it'll take me a minute to come back from. Like it may take me like 10 minutes to just be like, all right, I still love you. Because if I go in there and I almost fall in my toilet because Johnny Castro has left the toilet seat up, I'm not thinking about making up. I'm thinking about going to strangle him because I almost fell in the toilet. But the
Wow.
Lord working on me. You know what I'm saying? He working on me. We done had all those other sessions, deep sessions. So I've been in meditation on them. So, it'll get better. I hope.
Any other pet peeves? Anybody? I know there are a lot of little things sometimes that irk you, really get under your skin.
Mary said, I hate when people put things in different places and then they expect me to know where it is. Right.
Yes, yes. That
Renita said, yes,
scavenger
Mama
hunt.
Lou. I'm so glad I live alone now. At this point, the only person I can blame is me when I
It's
forget
yourself.
where I put things. So that's what I want to know, right? That's what I want to know. So if you are single and you live by yourself, who do you get mad at if you if you put something in a different spot and you spent like countless hours looking for it and you realize that you moved it, like who you yelling at? And Mardisha, like, do you play the music? Do you play Anita Baker for you so you can make up with yourself? Because there have been times when I like I would first of all I hide stuff from myself and then I hide stuff from the kids. Like there are certain snacks. Okay, so let me back up. Mommy cannot buy her own snacks without everybody invading my space or raiding my snacks. Like when I go shopping, I get stuff for Johnny, I get stuff for the kids, and it's stuff that they want, it's stuff that they ask for, right? When I go shopping. But I'm like, all right, I got everybody else, something that they desire or whatever. Let me give me a little something. Why is it that every time I get something, people want that? Like, why? Like, why? Why can't I have my own stuff? Like, I literally have to hide in my bedroom with the door locked, taking the key out just to eat a snack, like a piece of candy or like a muffin. And so back in the day, it used to be like these what was it, 100, like the low calorie cookies or whatever, 100 calorie cookies, and they were like chocolate, and then they had the chocolate chip. Oh my gosh, I want some right now. They had a chocolate chip. It was so good. Why did everybody like them? And how did they know they liked them unless somebody took a bag and tasted it and now they like them? Like
Of
then when
course.
we would go to the grocery store, they were asking if I could get extra boxes because that's what they like. Like, why can't I have my own stuff? Like, I just want my own stuff. What's up? What's up, G say? What's going on? Like yo, I got some stuff for you. I got a whole laundry list.
You mentioned hiding stuff, and um, I have a very good housemate. We share a house, and he he's really he has his space. I have mine. Um, and for those of you who are trying to got your ears pressed to the screen, it's my son, right?
Yeah, I had to take a
And
moment
but
too. I was like, wait a minute,
I
we
used
going to
to
do a house
have
visit.
I used to have a hiding place, a special hiding place. The only person that knew where my hiding place was my oldest granddaughter. And to the point where when she gave me something or she came over to visit and she, wanted something, hot chocolate, I said, look at my secret hiding place. You know where it is. I'm whispering. And all of a sudden, at some point in time, and I don't know when, my housemate discovered where my hiding place is. And, that's where I just stock up,
I know
the
where your
Girl
hiding
Scout rule,
place is
be
too.
prepared.
I think you
I
need to
stock
change it.
up,
I
with
think you need to
extras.
change. I don't even live there, and I know where your hiding place is.
Exactly. So I've got to find a new hiding place.
Yeah, you need to think a little harder.
Yeah,
Where you gonna put it? Because I
I need
think
a new
everybody know
hiding
by now.
place.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe my husband was just tired one day. Man, he just wasn't thinking. I'm gonna charge you to that. He probably watching. So I'm not gonna put you all the way out there. But so in our driveway, right? I feel so. We have a car and a truck. I feel no matter which one I drive, Mama Bear should be able to pull up and park closer to the house because I'm a queen. Because I'm a queen. And so sometimes when he's driving the truck, and maybe it's just because of habit, because most of the time I'm driving the truck, um, he'll park, close to the house. And then sometimes he'll get in his car, and when he comes back, and like I may come back from like somewhere where more recently it hasn't happened, but like come back from work, and I'm like, yo, why are you close to the house? Like, so he want me to walk, and honestly, like for real, I should probably be scolded for this because it's about 5 extra steps, like really. But it's just the principle, of it. Like I want to be next to the house, and then I know y'all looking at me like she retarded. I want to be next to the house. And then on top of that, if I park closer to the house, he for him he's like he doesn't like when I park too far away from the grass because that means he has to park closer to the grass on the other side, right? But I feel like he a man. He's a man. He should be able to walk through the grass. Van, don't judge me. My brother here, don't judge me. He should be able to walk through the grass. But I don't want to step out of the car and have my feet in the grass. Like I don't walk in the grass. I want to land on the concrete because it just feel gross. Putting my feet in the grass, especially if it's rain, it's gross. And what if I have like my cute little shoes on, my heels and everything? I don't want to step out the car and like
Well,
and like walk in the grass. I know y'all looking at me like, yo, she is touched.
oh, and she is so serious about that parking
But I'm
space. You know how
serious.
at the grocery
Yo,
store, shopping centers, how they have the specially marked
I
parking
think I'm gonna get a
spaces? Well,
sign cemented.
let me tell you. Once upon a time, when I was when kids were babies, and I was coming over
Mary said
regularly
stop being unreasonable.
to sit with the kids, right? You would think, you know how they have handicap, they have for expectant mothers. I believe they
Yes.
even have for seniors.
Yo,
And don't let me park in that space closest to
yeah.
the
And
house.
that's my mama. And I'd be like,
And
yo, and
I'm
I
like,
would come home and they could see my face like I rolled down the window.
whatever happened to the senior parking space? Oh my
I should get
goodness.
a senior parking
Do I
space
have to
in
do I
my
have to put my special
driveway.
tag
That's my
on?
mama. But come on, yo. Like, are you serious? If
Yes,
he
I
said,
mean, she
okay,
is
I'm going to bed
so
with,
serious about that.
I just had
Definitely.
to put
Well,
that
let
out
me
there.
ask you.
I knew y'all was gonna crucify me, but I mean, it's not a real big thing. I just for like about 60 seconds, my face get real tight, and then I'm okay. I promise I am. I don't hold grudges on it. I just, when I pull up, I'll be like, and I'll come in the house. Hey, babe. It's like, you rushed in the house. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah,
But
I
let me
promise.
ask you.
So I promise I'm not that chick. I promise I'm not like yeah. I promise I'm not. That's just one of those.
Okay,
That's
all
just one of
right,
those
moving
things.
right along. But let me ask you guys something. How are you with I know with women's lib back in my day, and women, feeling that, equal and so forth and so on. How are you about your guy, or whoever your partner, however, are you how do you feel about having doors open for you, or pulling your chair out? Does that happen anymore? I'm just wondering. I'm just saying, does that happen
Yeah.
where your partner pulls the chair out for you or open the door for you? Are you against that, for it? What are your thoughts
All
about
my
that?
independent women, like yeah, because my all the men in my house open doors for all the women in my house, all the females in my house. Um, Open and hold the door. There's a difference. Some people they're open and kind of push it open, and then you got a certain amount of time to run through before the door come crashing on you. Like they actually open and hold the door, um, whether it be the house door, the car door, and then even when we're getting in the car, um, my sons like they'll run like they make it a competition now, like who gets to open the door for mommy, and they don't so get this, they don't even close the door until I say I'm in, and
And
like
let me tell you
sometimes I
about
forget. It's the cutest thing.
let me speak to that. Okay, so if I'm ever riding with the Castros, and the Castro little gentlemen are opening the door, you know how with the SUV, you have to, get in, and if there's someone else on the other side, you gotta either wait for them to come to get in, and then when you get in, particularly when it's really cold outside, winter times, freezing, and these little gentlemen are waiting for mommy to get in the truck. And you're standing there like, okay, anytime tomorrow will be fine. But I can say this, that's what they do.
They do,
They
and
will
it's
stand there,
awesome.
and it's almost like military. I'll say, oh, at ease, it's okay.
And they'll be
You can
standing
get
there,
in
and I'll be
fine.
like, oh, I'm in. Then like my youngest son would be like, mommy, mommy.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm like,
it's
oh,
so
oh, oh, because I'm like, why is he still standing there staring at me? But like, it's so
yeah.
amazing. And so to piggyback off of that, what I don't like is this, mommy, you're 70. I need to know if it's just a few of you who just think this way. I'm trying to say this in the most respectful way ever.
Say
So I
yes.
can go to a grocery store, and so my youngest son is short. He's growing. He's 12, so he's not really tall. So when I always tell him, when it's just me and him, when he lets me in, go around the front of the truck and hold his hand up so I can see him because I have a big truck. So there have been numerous occasions where we'll go to the store together, and then of course he's letting me in the car, and he'll go straight to the car. I'll unlock the car, and he'll open the door, wait for me to get up to the truck, and then I'll get in. He'll close the door or whatever, and he's walking around the front of the truck like this, so I can see him. And so only a few occasions, right? Maybe two. I've heard like an older woman say, "Oh my gosh, she's just gonna let him walk by himself outside to the other side of the car." And I'm like, so you just bypassed the whole point of him opening the door for a woman, for his mother. Like you bypassed all of that, and your focus is on, did I just get in the car and let my son and let's go a step further because you obviously don't know our family. And then what you don't know is he's a second degree black belt who can take care of himself. And I'm pretty fast. I think I could open the door and get out if I had to. Walk around the front of the truck to get in the truck. Like that bothered her. And then there was another woman who said it one time. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, you want gentlemen in the world, but that bothered her. Like, help me understand that, mommy. I didn't understand
Well,
why that was an
I'm
issue.
straight out, straight out. One thing I'm pruning you for, and my
Except
other
into that.
mentees and young ladies coming along, and not just ladies but gentlemen as well. Stop worrying about what other people think.
Well,
Stop
so
worrying
it
about
didn't. So
it's not
definitely,
that.
if you know me, you know it's not going to change my household.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it
But
was just like,
we
what was her mom? What was her motivation for that? Like, did she really
it's not
think, like
it's not
Antoinette said, she forgot or she not raising a man?
it's not
Like
your issue. It's not your issue. And I tell you, you accent the positive and don't accent the negative. That's my rule. Always
good
has
morning,
been.
Queen.
I don't care about what anybody else thinks. When I'm acting within my uh, right mind, and I like to think most times I do,
She don't, man.
even in my old age, but
She don't.
I
Mommy
don't
gangster.
worry about what other people say. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. Even if they know me, I'm going to do what I believe is right for me and mine. So I have this way of just dissing, you know, comments coming, and I've heard, in the grocery store, in church, wherever. I don't identify with negativity at all.
You
And
go
if it's
ahead.
outside my domain, don't worry about it. It's
Right.
not worth it's not worth worrying about, really. Because you are, in most cases, you're in control of your situation. People are gonna always talk and have comments. And I always say comments and opinions are like behinds. Everybody has one. So we have to learn how to hold it and how to fold it. That's my take. I'm sticking to it.
So,
Drop the mic.
okay. I know this is probably easy. This is the easy one. What about you're in the car for married couples? I think is a given. Or yeah, I mean it may depend on the situation. Um, and you drive up to the gas station. Who goes to pay, regardless of who's paying? But who goes if you have to go inside? Now I guess people use credit cards, but um, who goes inside to pay and who pumps the gas? And is that the same person? And does it
Well,
matter? that is not the male species.
Well, in today's time, whoever has the mask, the gloves, the everything on,
I know,
that's
right?
who
Be like, babe, I forgot my mask.
that's what it's about. But seriously speaking, usually with a couple that's been together for a while, it's like a unsung rule or unsaid rule or unwritten rule. You know, whoever handles the money, the finances, the person, the accountant in the family, um, usually it's understood. But when it's not, there's nothing wrong with saying, I used to have this thing, just if I'm paying, just hand over the credit card. You know what that means. Okay, even in sign language, you can figure that one out.
Right.
But yeah, I would think it's an unwritten something that's like understood, particularly if it's a couple that obviously been together for a while. You know, these are things you work out between the two of you.
So for me, I think a lot of time, like, so the Castros, we always on the go. Not so much now, but before this whole pandemic, we've always been on the go, going somewhere to a performance, a gig, or whatever. It's something for the kids. So most of the time, my husband is just trying to get there. And he doesn't always, if we're going long distance, he doesn't always think, oh, I need to eat because I've been packing all this equipment because he's like the only bass player in the DMV who has a truckload of equipment for his bass. And so he's packed all this equipment. Now we're on the road, we're going, and he has to gas up. And he times it just right so that he could get there, set up, practice again, and then do sound check with the band, and then go forward with the gig or whatever. So when we stop at the gas station, unless he's paying with the card, I'll always take, and my money is his money, my money, so it don't even matter what card you use. Um, I'll always take the card, or I'll go in and I'll put the money on the gas, and he'll stand at the pump and pump the gas because I'm going in there getting snacks. Because Mama Bear always gets snacks for the kids and for him to make sure they eat. So for me, it's always, most of the time it's just routine. Like, I'll just go in because I'm usually getting something else. Um, there are times when, and like you said earlier, it depends on the situation, and like the makeup of your family. Because there are times when we're coming back from a gig, and he may say, "Babe, can I drive?" And that's another question. Like, when you're going somewhere, you're going out, who drives, him or her? Um, and I'll drive, one, because my life is important to me. And my husband from Brooklyn, sorry, Madisha, he from Brooklyn, and y'all crazy drivers. Y'all are crazy drivers. And sometimes he be sleeping, and he think he can drive like he in Brooklyn and be sleepy. So I'd rather drive than to have him drive and we all clinging on for dear life. So I'm usually the one driving, and then like if I have to stop and gas up, if he sleep, um, and maybe it's just me. I'm an ex police officer, so I don't feel as needy. I'll go ahead and get out and gas up, and he'll say something like, "Oh, why you ain't wake me up?" And I'm like, "You was sleeping. I want you to get your rest. We going straight to the church, and you got to play there too." So I'll go ahead and get it with and then I'll lock the doors and everything. And if I need assistance, I know how to try to handle myself or bang on the door and wake him up or whatever. But sometimes I don't wake him. I'll go and pay for the gas and come back and gas the truck. And a lot of times, by the time I come back, he don't woke up anyway, and he's standing out there like, "Why you ain't wake me up?" But like I think it's for people who are in a marital situation or a long term couple situation, um, it's whatever works for you. It may be an unspoken rule, but it's an unspoken rule for your relationship and not society's unspoken rule for who does what. So yeah, like, so it depends. Like, that could go either way with me. She said she was about to go Brooklyn on me. I let you know, but I, y'all
And
just
find it,
y'all
you know,
straight Brooklyners, like
in
Brooklyners,
defense
Nets,
of
whatever you call it.
my son-in-law, my daughter, as she's pointed out, Popo, she drives just as as
No,
people.
no, no,
But
I don't.
but
Mine
but
is like
but
defensive driving.
but she would say, and I must agree with her training of various situations in driving, like looking out for the other guy, and looking around you, your peripheral and so forth, but I'm not gonna pin it down to Brooklyn. I'm gonna pin it down to those drivers.
Oh
I'll
no.
tell you this: I always buckle my seatbelt, but I extra put an extra seatbelt on when my son-in-law is driving.
She
Yes,
said an extra
because
seatbelt. What's up, Marcia? Marcia says she hasn't taken the trash out in 17 years. Okay, so that's another thing. I'm not opposed to taking out the trash if it's necessary for me to take out the trash. Like if there are no guys around, but like if my husband's out of town and yeah, no, I don't know. I don't take out trash. I don't take out trash. Not that I wouldn't, but I just, yeah, I just don't. She said, "Mommy told the truth." I
oh
don't. I don't
yeah,
touch the trash. Um, I will
that's
like
the same
so in the
thing.
house. In the house, I'll if I'm because I'm the cooker in the house. If I'm cooking and the trash is filling up, right? There are occasions where I'll go ahead and pull that trash out the trash can so that it can be taken out. Like I may not necessarily take it out, but I'll pull it out of the trash can. So I will do that. I'm not anal about it. Like, we all in this together. So if I'm the one cooking, like yeah. But I expect them to have no problem taking it out. One, because that's just what they do. And two, like I'm cooking. So I mean I cook. Speaking of cooking, if I cook, I feel like I feel like my husband and everybody else should clear the table. My dad never did that. Well, sometimes my dad cooks because my dad was a cook as well. But even if he didn't cook, when he grabbed his little cup and got up from the table, that was it. He was done. He was gone, and whoever cleared the table, that's what he had kids for. I don't know if that was
Which
his
brings
mindset.
to mind, another uh, unsaid rule, unwritten rule. Um, if I slave over a stove and I cook and I use every pot and pan and dish and spoon and fork and whatever utensil in the kitchen, you know, for the person coming behind you, do you clean up as you go, understandably, within reason? Or do you just save everything that you've used for the dishwasher?
So we
Mm?
got a chef on here, right? Miss Marcia. Sis, what you do? Do you clean as you go, or it's just you and Dwayne? So does Dwayne wash the dishes for you? And I know he cooks too, but when you cook and you throw down and you making like dishes, like there's like 10 dishes that of food that require probably like 3 or 4 actual dishes to make it, and they all in the sink. Do you clean up as you go, or do you wait to the end, throw it all in the dishwasher, or does Dwayne come and wash the dishes? Because sometimes, so my girls wash dishes, and like I tell them, they don't have these chores because I need them to do it, and I'm not capable. They have them to teach them responsibility. I want them to have a level of responsibility. So um, there'll be things in life that they have to do, like certain things that are required for them at work that they don't necessarily like, but they have to do it if they want to get paid. So that's my way of teaching responsibility. Like this is your chore. I don't need you to do it, but you're going to do it because when you get to be my age, I need you to already have that regimen, down pat. To know that there are things that you're going to be responsible for. You know, um, Marcia said depends on the meal. I try to clean as I go because he doesn't touch the dishes unless we have company. Oh, that's why he be all in the kitchen. Let me find
See,
out. I'm gonna fry my brothers.
see, that's the way my brother, when we were growing up, that's the way my brother, the mindset he had. I'm not supposed to. Daddy said I'm not supposed to touch dishes, or I'm not supposed to come in the
That's how my
kitchen.
brother
Or,
was.
so and we
Uh oh, I'm
grow
in
up with
trouble, y'all. I'm
those
in trouble. King Castro is here.
we grow up with those mindset with that particular mindset that we're not supposed to do certain things. But as far as washing dishes, I'm like I said, my son and I are housemates, and he is chef. So if he cooks, the least I can do is wash the dishes. Have no problems with that. And I think, as I said, it's like a reciprocating thing where, as a couple, particularly, you work together. It saves wear and tear on both partners, and out of respect, we do those things to just keep harmony in
Mm,
our relationships.
I feel you on that one. Would you wash the dishes for me, baby? He said yes, off the camera, so I can't prove it. Y'all couldn't see him shake his head. Yes, so if I try to like call him on it later, he can say he ain't say that. But yeah, I mean, this was fun. This is fun. This was fun. Like
Yeah,
I think laughter is good for the soul. And at the end of the day, don't get me wrong. Like all these things that we talked about today are, even though I talked about like what are deal breakers, everything that we talked about, everything that was brought up, um, they aren't that serious to have a negative disposition with each other, to waste time that you could be spending loving each other. So, like,
absolutely.
there are pet peeves and stuff like that people have, but it's also like we talked about this for a reason because it's like sometimes when you think a thing and you feel that thing in your mind, like it makes sense to you, but when you say it out loud, and then you hear somebody else say it, and then it doesn't sound the way you it doesn't sound as serious out loud the way you thought it in your head. And it's not enough to cause discourse. You know what I'm saying? Because even all of those things at the end of the day, I'm still gonna love my kids if they don't wash the dishes right. I'm still gonna love my kids if they forget to take out trash. I'm still gonna love my husband if he's the one in the passenger side because I'm driving and I get out and I pump the gas. He's still gonna love me if he in the passenger side and I'll wake him up and I get out and pump the gas. Right? He not gonna get upset because I didn't wake him up to go pump the gas. Those things are still there's still not enough for us to break relationship with each other. And so I hope in listening and laughing and talking about these things, we got the point. There are things that we should just laugh about, not serious enough for us to stop loving somebody or feel like you know we we can do without them, or we should be apart because you don't put down the toilet seat. Um, like it's about love, like and I think in uh the era that we're in right now with all this going on, it's so necessary to love unconditionally because you never know when is your last moment, when is your last time seeing that person, being able to shower them with love, um, or just being in their presence. So these things that we talked about, they aren't that serious, to not come back to a person's house or not invite a person back, because if they took their last breath, you don't want to live with the regret of you know when they came over, they used all my toilet paper and they tell me the toilet paper was out. It's just not that serious. So I hope out of all the serious conversations we have had in all these segments leading up until now, that this was a breath of fresh air, and somebody's not reliving something that just ticked them off and they like, oh, I'm mad all over again. It's not that serious. Like, it is okay to laugh when you are a child of God and you are favored and protected by him, then you can smile through stuff like that. Those are the funny things. Like God is crazy like that. Like those characteristics that we have were made in his image. So he's a jokester too. Like my husband says all the time, like he jokes because he's like his daddy's a jokester. And God just be up there laughing at his goofy little jokes. And I hope he is, because sometimes I ain't laughing. So I laugh on the inside. But
Yeah.
like it's like he enjoys smiling and laughing. Like we have to believe that there are things that we do that actually make him happy and make him giggle, make him chuckle, and not just strict, everything all work no play. Like same thing with my kids. Like if I was so strict and I never cracked a smile, um, it would be hard to live with me. And so I just believe that he didn't expect for us to just wait until we ended up in heaven to be able to have a joyful life. How would you even know how to be joyful if you didn't practice? So I believe that he wants for us to enjoy life here. And that's probably why we got to reset, so that we can get it right and enjoy what we have down here until it's time to go up there. So like, don't take these things that serious. Enjoy the people that you have in your life, because you never know when it's your last time with them, or your last opportunity. So that was the point of it all. So I hope you guys had fun. He is a good father all the time,
Yeah.
all
I really
the
enjoyed the input, and keep those comments coming. We enjoy reading them. Even after we're off air, be sure to, type in a comment or two and let us know what you're feeling, what you're thinking.
yes,
And
because we will answer.
as always, the poet who doesn't know it, got a few words for us to,
Wrote a
just
poem.
think about.
I hope you stapling all
You
these
ready
papers
for me? Here
together,
we
because we still waiting on that
go.
book. All those people who've been following us since the beginning, they know about the book that's supposed to be written. Come
Yeah.
on,
Well,
y'all.
here we
Don't
go.
forget, we're
Here's
supposed to be
part of
sending
it
her
anyway.
paper.
When in a couple situation and you have your own pet peeves, do your duty, whatever it is, but keep in mind working together can prevent future tears. Love you guys. I love you in the
Hey,
Lord.
that's the hook right
And
there.
just be safe, stay safe, look out for each other. God bless you.
Hey, and as always, I love you. My mama loves you, and most importantly, God loves you. This is your girl, Neo Soul, recording artist Lahla-Hadiya, wrapping up another segment of Morning Tea with Mommy. It's Wednesday. You got a couple of more days to go before the weekend.